All right, Dodgers. This is Coach Myers doing the first edition um, of as a cutoffs. The point of these things is to try to learn about the game. I'll create a bunch of videos, kind of doing one thing at a time here, just to make sure we're all on the same page with some of our responsibilities, and honestly, just to even just learn the game. So, with that being said, today's edition is going to be um, our scenario will be on. Let's see if this is going to work. There we go. On nobody is on base. Nobody on base, and you got a single to right field. That's the scenario. So with that being said, nobody on base, single to right field. What's going on? Now notice over here on the screen, notice on how I have baseballs that are drawn, right? Right here. You got a baseball there, you got a baseball right here, right? So ball's hit to the right field, ball's hit right at him, and the right fielder or center fielder can make the play. Plays right in front of him. Okay, so here's the rule of thumb, Dodgers, is that right now there's nobody on base, right? So right now the only threat we have is the hitter. So rule of thumb is that we always want to plan ahead two bases. Two bases. Because obviously, think about it, guys. If the ball is hit on the infield, infielders are going to field the ground ball and throw it to first base. That's simple. Catch, field, throw. Okay, but now you have a wrinkle. Now the ball's hit to the outfield. Outfielders, 99% of the time, you're never going to get a guy out at first base. Okay? Plus, there's many other bad things that can happen. You could field the ball, and you can throw the ball to first base, the ball goes by him, and we're going to give the guy second base anyway. So here's what we're going to do. We need to make sure we line up our cutoff. And we've done this all year. You guys should, for the most part, know what you're doing. But I wanted to make sure that we're drawing this and going over this because we want to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing, and we make sure that everybody's moving. Okay, so again, nobody's on base, single to right. We're planning two bases ahead. So right now, hitter, first base on a single, he's going to get it. So we need to make sure that we protect this base. We need to make sure that we're protecting second base. Okay, we need to prevent him from getting there. Okay, so with that being said, here are the responsibilities. Let's start off here. Okay, so right fielder. Right fielder is right here. Okay, you're going to field the ball in front of you, and you're going to be throwing it to your cutoff man, which will be the second baseman. So let's do that. Second baseman, your rule is balls hit to the right side of second base. You're the cutoff man. So what you need to do, second base, you need to turn and sprint to the dirt and grass line. Okay? And you're putting your hands up in the air. And what you need to listen for as you're going back, you need to listen for the shortstop's directions. His job is to line you up. He might tell you right, or give you a left call, or he might even say you're good. But ultimately, we want to create a straight line, as you guys see right here, from where the right fielder is to second base, and the cutoff should be right in this path, creating a line. So this is why we give directions. Okay, so as the cutoff, you need to get to this spot where this black arrow is, and you need to give your instruction, or listen for your instruction. Okay, now remember our rule as what we talked about, right? If the right fielder, if the ball's hit right at him, or if the ball's hit towards second base, shortstop should be giving a no cut. No cut, no cut, no cut. And what that means is that the right fielder is throwing right to the bag. Right to the bag, and that means that the second baseman, who's the cutoff man, you're letting the ball go through. Okay? So shortstop. So we need to make sure that we are communicating that we need to make sure that we are communicating that with our cutoff mans and with our right fielder on, is it a cut or is it a no cut? We need to yell so the whole ballpark can hear it. Guys, this is the first time you guys can actually scream and not get in trouble for it. So communication is a big part of it. Okay? So, I'm going to erase this. Okay, so now if the shortstop gives a cut instruction. So second base, you get out to your spot right here where the arrow is right here. You're going to be sitting looking. Remember, if the right fielder, let me make my little marker here. If right fielder is going away towards the line, shortstop has to give a cut symbol. Cut two, cut two, cut two. And now that tells second baseman now that he's cutting the ball off. He's going to cut, and he's going to throw the ball to second base where the shortstop is covering. So again, just to recap. Second base, ball's hit to the right side. You're the cutoff man. You're getting out to the dirt grass line, and you're listening for instructions on direction, and you're listening for the shortstop's instructions on cut or no cut. Pretty simple. So shortstop, I kind of already went over your role. Ball's hit to the right side. You're covering the bag. You need to get the second baseman lined up, and you need to give him an instruction, cut or no cut. You need to be loud. Loud. You are the leader. You are the captain of this play of the infield. You need to let everybody know what's going on. Okay. Now let's go to third base. Third base, on this particular play, you can line up and just kind of read where the ball is. So your job is going to be to help back up this shortstop as a ball is being thrown to second base. So what you should be doing on this, you should be backpedaling a little bit and helping any ball that might be overthrown. Okay, help out on that. All right, so pretty simple. So third base, I already gave you your instruction. Let me erase this. Okay. Now, pitcher, you have a very important role. Now we need to make sure that the cutoff, if shortstop is yelling cut, 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 let's just say some crazy reason he makes a bad throw. It happens. We're 8 years old, 9-year-old, even pros make bad throws. See ya, Cheddar? So what you're going to do, you're going to be backing up and getting in line right behind the cutoff man. Right? Let me make this bigger so you can see it. You are going to be getting in line with the second baseman, and any overthrow that is overthrown the second base, you're there to help stop. Now again, keep in mind, you're the last ditch resort here, pitchers. You need to back up that throw, and any ball that gets past second baseman, you need to knock it down. Get to a knee, drop to one knee, both knees. I don't care what you gotta do, but you need to stop that ball from getting past you. Okay, so that's your role on this. You are not just you are not just standing there watching the play happen. Look at my arrow here. I'm getting back, and I'm getting right behind this second baseman who is the cut. Okay. Let me erase this. Okay. Left fielder. I have the instruction here for you. You're going to run into the infield. You're going to run into the infield, like I have this arrow right here, and your job is to back up this throw from right field. So for instance, let's say the shortstop yells, no cut, no cut, no cut. Okay, shortstop's going to cover. Now you are going to be behind the shortstop looking for any bad throw or a ball that gets over the shortstop's head. Okay, so again, you are the last ditch effort. Your job is to stop that baseball. Okay, so again, you cannot be standing there in left field. You need to sprint to the infield, basically kind of right where the shortstop is playing, and you need to get in a position where you're reading the baseball and moving to make sure that that ball doesn't get by you. Okay, let me erase this. Center field. Okay, same thing. You need to be moving. Okay, so obviously I have this baseball. Let me put it on my teleprompter here. I have this baseball right here. Erase this. Okay, I have this baseball right here. If the ball's at the right center and you can get there, then get it. And now, obviously, look at what you're at. If you're in this location, look how close you are to second base. Do you think that you need to cut off from here? Again, ball does not get by. You field it cleanly. You're pretty close. Odds are on this, shortstops, you should be yelling, no cut, no cut, no cut. And that tells you should be a pretty much straight on throw right to the base. Okay, center field? Now, let's just say ball's hit to the right field, and the right fielder fields the ball. Now I have this arrow here, and what you're going to be doing, you are going to be going behind the right fielder, taking an angle and backing him up. In case this baseball, let me highlight it, if this baseball right here that I have drawn and circled, if it gets by the right fielder, now look, you're behind him to help cut it off. Now look at you now. Now you're way further away, right? You're pretty deep and you're behind. So now shortstops should be yelling, cut two, cut two, cut two, and you'll obviously will be a cutoff on this. So that's your job. Your job on this one, center fielders, will be to hit the cutoff man. Okay, first baseman. I don't think I've gotten to you. You're going to stay at first base. Let me erase all this stuff. There we go. Got rid of it. All right, first baseman. So Brennan, Chase, guys that play first. Now, in a single to right, it's pretty simple. You're going to stay on the bag. The reason being is because let's say the runner, the hitter, he goes and he runs down first base and he's trying to be greedy. And he said, you know what, I'm going to go for two. He starts running, as you see by my line here, by my arrow, and all of a sudden, boom. Right fielder launches the ball right in the second base. He launches it in there. And we have this runner, the hitter who's running second base, he's done. Okay? So that's called a pickle. Remember our rule on this. Shortstop, second baseman, third baseman. Are we throwing the ball around on this? We worked on this in practice one time. The answer is no, at least for right now. What you're going to do is if we catch that ball, shortstop, second baseman, you're going to catch and you're going to run the runner. You're going to run the runner back towards first base. You're going to sprint the ball in your hand, and you're going to keep pumping and keep sprinting at him. Okay? And your goal on this is to try and tag him. Okay? All right, Dodgers. So that is the situation. Nobody on base, single to right field.